Yo, 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 it's the kid, 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 it's the kid. Double H, trying to roll, trying to stay alive, trying to be real, trying to be that dude. I want to talk about Ngolo. I want to talk about Ngolo Kante because I think that we need to try and be honest about where he is placed right now as a player in 2019. And some people say that this is you're rushing too much or everything because I'm going to be bringing out like my ultimate team, like my for me, which is like my greatest 11. And Kante's in my greatest 11. But I will go into much more detail when I release it. But I think I'm going to be bold enough and say he's already that dude. Is there a better box to box, back to front player than N'Golo Kante in history? I went there. Is there a better box to box player who is quality defensively, quality in midfield, quality in attack, is very comfortable in the final third of the pitch, is very comfortable in the middle of the pitch, is very comfortable in the defensive end and end of the pitch? Has there been a better player in all those three important footballing areas than N'Golo Kante in history? The only player I can think of is Vieira. He's the only guy I can think of, and Vieira was money. I don't think Vieira was as consistent as your boy N'Golo. I don't think Vieira could read the game defensively as well as N'Golo Kante. I believe that Vieira was very good going forward. He was very good going forward, but I don't believe that Vieira was as adept or as technically gifted and comfortable on the ball as a boy N'Golo. So that's where I'm rolling because I just feel that for your boy N'Golo, I think what he is already right now, I think it's safe for us to say that he is the best player ever in his position. So, and that's the thing for you, is that that's the beauty of the comments. You can comment below and say you're smoking crack, you're going crazy. There have been there already been players than him, but I just think what we've seen in the past 3, 4, 5 years has been amazing. Because what we saw in Leicester City, wow, this dude was an amazing defensive DM. Then what we saw at France in the at the World Cup specifically was a guy who was a DM midfielder, but also a guy who was of great importance to the team. What we saw for Antonio Conte was a guy who now moved a bit much more further into the DM and was actually really much more of a box to box, but was really unleashing and relinquishing possession of the ball before he got into the final third to give it to Zad, Costa, and so forth. But then what we saw with Sarri was a guy given a whole new position, new role, and I was fearful. I was like, no, 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 no. Kante does everything well up until the final third, kind of like Sissoko, but to a less extent. But then Kante said, no, I can do that. He learned his trade, and he was very adept in now being quality in the final third. So I was like, you know what, it is. He's done it. Like the guy has done it. He's just proven that he is accomplished in all three areas of the pitch, and I think I am already said that he's already the best player ever in being quality defensively, in midfield, and attack. So, and that's why I just think people have to really appreciate what this guy does because he's already at that stage of where if you don't have him in your team fails. Kante doesn't play for France, they don't win the World Cup. Kante isn't in that Chelsea team during when Conte won. I don't think Conte wins that Premier League. Diego Costa was very important. Hazard was important. Costa was hugely important. Kante into that team, they don't win it. Kante is not in that Leicester City team, and they don't win it. Yes, Vardy was important. Yes, Maris was important, but without him, they don't win it. So it's kind of like reminds me of the influence that a Pirlo would have, or an influence that Xavi had, maybe even a Messi, because there isn't another kind of player like Kante in the world. Because if you're a manager, Kante is your most important player. Like if I had a Kante in my squad, he's the most important player. Because when you're a manager, you think that all right, I need role players. Okay, I need the guy who does the midfield work. I need the guy who does the attack work. I need the guy who does the defensive work. But can that midfielder also help out in defense? Can that defense also help out in midfield? Okay, can I have a guy that just covers everywhere? But if I, as a manager, as I'm trying to just figure out this great, amazing puzzle that is tactics and management, I have a player who is very comfortable in pretty much covering any position if need be. Doesn't need to be a specialist, but he can do a good to amazing job defensively in midfield and attack. That helps you greatly, and that is your first step on the team sheet. So you know that, man, we are coming under attack heavily by the opposition. I have a guy who can help alleviate my defense. Midfield, we need to keep possession of the ball. I know a guy who can keep possession of the ball. I know a guy who can make interceptions in midfield, make interceptions in defense. I need another set of brains in the final third, and somebody who can make a pass, or even strike as well. Just another different body in attack, just to give the opposition something to worry about. I also have this to do as well. So there isn't another player I can think that is really like him. So because I think it is true, because I mean, just watching, I think it was a documentary by Zola or something like that, where I was wrong in saying that he's a DM. He isn't a DM. I was okay, he's a DM, defensive midfielder. He's not a DM. Busquets is a DM. That's why the whole Busquets to Kante thing doesn't really make sense. The Busquets to Kante thing doesn't make sense, because Busquets literally just stays in that position, but Kante is more mobile and more free roaming and covers a wider area of the pitch than what Busquets does. And as I think about it, in today's world, because remember, overall, for me, I think the only guy I can think of that was a quality box is Vieira. I cannot think. I don't know. Maybe my mind is going blank or something. I cannot think of many quality box to box players that have been about. I just don't. I can't think of them. Like, if you can tell me, please tell me. I cannot think of many box to box players that are around, and I think Kante is the only dude I can think of that does that so well. And I just feel that it is good that we're now coming to a stage where we're now appreciating defenders right now, because I think Van Dijk is on the cusp of winning the Ballon d'Or. And what is always very important is that, especially in this whole Cristiano Messi era, I think it is very important that we appreciate other areas of the pitch and other roles that are being played. And the importance of these roles. Goals win games. 100% they do. And obviously, without your strikers and your finishers, you don't really win the game. But to get that goal, work needs to be done beforehand to get to that goal. And ask any manager, because fans just see the finished product. Fans just be like, oh, Cristiano Messi, yeah. But they don't really see, like, for Messi to do what he does, Busquets needs to do a lot of work. For Costa to do what he does, Kante has to do a lot of work. For Cristiano to do what he does, Casemiro and Modric had to do a lot of work. And if they didn't do that kind of work, and they didn't really execute their roles well, you don't get that end product. You don't get to that end of the pitch. You don't get that foundational platform given to you to try and finish and win the game for you. And I think that's what Kante does. He provides, I would say this, like, it seems like a building. And when you look at the building, your eyes go straight to the massive roof, the lovely windows, the lovely golden paint and everything. You never look at the foundation. You look at the style of the building, the craftsmanship of the building. You don't look at the foundation. But without the foundation, the building doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The only way that the building can exist is through the foundation. And Kante is the foundation. He is the basis that you build your team with. Like, Kante is the nucleus, and the team emanates and builds from there. So, which is why he is such an important, crucial component. But this is the thing that I'm putting out there for people, and tell me if I'm crazy or wrong. Kante is the best box-to-box footballer of all time. Like, I'm trying to think. I cannot think beyond Vieira. Because when I'm thinking of a box-to-box, a guy who can cover the entirety of the pitch, defense and attack, and can go from back to front beautifully well. I can't think. Because Mekelele was a DM. That guy was a DM. I can't think of any other quality. Balak was Balak box to box? You could argue so. If you're going to put that, Kante easily beats him. Although I say Balak was much more of a midfielder, but you could say that he did do a lot of defensive work and a lot of offensive work, and he did really cover the pitch up and down. But if you're going to put him in there, Kante beats him. So any other name? Could you argue Davids? Could you bring in Davids? Because I think that was something that we are talking about Davids. I'm thinking Davids is a very good one. I would still take Kante over Davids. I would still take Kante over because Davids was very good and Davids was a flipping engine. I just think that Kante does it at a higher level than Davids, and I'm a huge Davids fan. So probably the closest I would think are Davids or Vieira. But I'm taking Kante over Davids and Vieira because I just think that Kante's importance to the team is far greater than Davids or Vieira. So that's it for me. But let's have the conversation. Let's have a debate in the comments below. So I believe that Kante is the best box-to-box player of all time.